Welcome in, beloved. It's your girl, Coach Des. Welcome to my channel. So today I want to talk about how to do the hard things in life, but specifically because we're not out here doing anything just because it's hard. The hard things that I'm referring to are the hard things of God that He requires of us. The things that the world perceives are hard, like when you tell your friends, oh, like you're not gonna smoke a drink for the rest of your life. Like, how you gonna do that? Like, what happens when you go to a party? What happens when you go here? What happens when you go there? Like, oh, you're not gonna have sex until marriage. And girl, you 35. Like, girl, you better, get you some. That's what the world will say. But if God is asking us to do certain things, I don't believe that it is necessarily hard unless you are thinking of it from the perspective that what God is asking you or requiring of you is difficult, or it is impossible, or it is just something that you just don't want to do, right? Certain things may come easy to certain people because they just enjoy doing them. Like, you ever seen that person who just always eats clean and is always like dieting and exercising, and you struggle with that so much, but that person, and to that person, they are like, oh no, like it's so easy, like it's my lifestyle, and they're happy about it. Like, it's not like they're, grueling every day, like I have to only eat salads and I have to eat clean. Like, for them it's just like, no, this is what I enjoy. I actually enjoy eating this way. People do that to me all the time because I'm vegan, and they're like, oh, it must be hard being vegan. And I guess I'm the prime example, because I'm like, no, it's not. It's not hard to be vegan in my mind. And it's not hard to be vegan in my mind because I would prefer my life be this way rather than something else. So if you are living under the perspective that the ways of the world and the things that are opposite of what God is calling you to, if you are living under the perspective and the narrative that those things are more pleasurable and they will lead to better outcomes and they will make you happier, they'll make you more successful in the long run, if these are the things that you're telling yourself internally, then of course the things of God are going to seem hard, because you have already written in your mind that they're not even of value. Like, we have to change our perspective about what God is calling us to do. Because if we come into agreement with those things, and not just come into agreement verbally, like, yes, Lord, I'm going to do what you say, but when we take pleasure in the things of God, and that's something that God can teach us. Like, I have prayed to the Lord, Lord, help me to see this thing the way you see it. Like with caffeine, y'all already know how I feel about that and my journey with that, right? I'm like, Lord, help me to see the coffee how you see it. Like, let me see it through your eyes so that I can grieve the things that grieve you, and I can resonate with why you feel a certain way about something. Because if you don't really have a good understanding about something, as far as like when your parents would tell you, don't ride your bike to the end of the corner, right? Don't go past the end of the corner. And you as a kid, you're like, why? All the other kids are going past the corner, or why can't I go past the corner, whatever. You may not really have a full understanding of the fact that because that's the busiest interstate intersection in the city, or because at the end of that corner on the next block, the person who lives down there is like a registered a pedophile, a child pedophile. But you don't know that. But your parent knows that. And they might not tell you that, but it's good reason, right? So I just want us to think about it like that. And I have another example. When I was in the military, it like boot camp, right? They would have us do crazy stuff all the time, every day. They would have us, going here and hiking there and doing a physical fitness test and doing a night adventure, taking the gas chamber, like all kinds of crazy things. And one would almost automatically think that boot camp is hard. But my drill sergeants used to say to me all the time, Private, it's not hard. It's not hard. Everything that you have to do is already written out for you. It's nothing to think about. All you have to do is do what we say. But for me, that was the hardest part, because I had an issue with authority, because I had an issue with my defiant attitude. So my defiant attitude, my mindset that I don't have to listen to you, that what you're saying is not for my good, is not for my betterment, that was the dominant program in my mind. Therefore, everything that you told me to do, I despised. I didn't want to do it. Why are we doing this? This is stupid. This is dumb. Da da da. When whole time, all of this training and all of this practice that we're doing in boot camp is setting me up so I can be successful in the military, where I may be deployed and I may need this combat readiness training, and I may need to know how to learn how to use my gas mask if I'm in a dangerous situation with a nuclear bomb. Like, you gonna need to know that. But I'm like, this is stupid and I want to go home. And I want to go home. You know? So I just want us to learn to love the ways of the Lord. Learn to soften your heart to him and soften your heart to his ways, and lean not on your own understanding, and be okay with like being real with God and saying, God, you're calling me to do this thing, and I don't know why. I really don't understand why, all the other people in the world seem to be okay with, wearing promiscuous clothes, or, not working a real job and looking for sugar daddies, and like, not really trying to go to college. No one's trying to go to college no more. It's not cool no more. Like whatever the world is doing, and that the Lord has called you to do something completely opposite of that, but you don't understand. That's okay. That is okay. And guess what? Our God is loving enough, powerful enough to meet you where you are and to break things down to a level where you can understand. Now, I just want you to be patient in the meantime until you get that information, because it may not come instantaneously. It may not come that night, that day, that week, It may not. It may not. Some things you just got to live out of obedience. And then when you live it out through obedience, you'll eventually see why you had to do what you had to do. Oh, that's why, God. I didn't realize it at the moment, but that's why you called me to do this. And you just have to have the faith to believe in him, because God loves you, period. And everything that God asks you to do is out of his love. And if you could just hold on to that fact, that God loves you more than you love yourself, and anything that you think that you're doing for yourself out of self-love or self-fulfillment or self-admiration or self-respect, whatever self thing you got going on, God done triple, quadruple that 10 times over. And, one day, I pray that God will reveal why he calls you to do the things that he has called you to do, even the things that are set apart specifically for you and nobody else. I pray that for you. And I know that God is powerful enough to give you that clarification. Until next time, family, it's your girl, Coach Des. Make sure to like and comment on this video. If it was helpful, please subscribe to my channel. Also, I have that free 12 biblical affirmations down in the description box. You guys can download that. You'll save it to your phone, to your wallpaper. This way, when the world tries to tell you who you are, you could tell them, nah, baby, I'm actually X, Y, and Z, because God says so. Be well, be blessed. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.